And so it's a pleasant good evening, of course, from Congo, where Intel Sports head office is in this very cool studio. And welcome to Sports Talk right here this Friday of April 2024. My name is Trojan, and of course, I should be here with either one of my colleagues talking about my partners in Chris Walker or Ben Gakba. But today is Ben's birthday, and in fact, we're dedicating the entire show to Benjamin Gologo Gakba. Today is his birthday. He's today, so happy birthday to you, Ben. And of course, I know he can't be on the show today because celebratory mood and of course spending time with his family and celebrating his birthday. So the entire show and entire Intel Sports wish you happy birthday, Ben Gologo Gakba. Tonight coming up, we will be generally speaking about football development in Liberia, if you may. We'll be talking about how it is, whether or not football is improving. If it is, what are those aspects of football that have improved? Or if there are challenges, what are the challenges faced with the improvement of football? We shall be talking about that this evening. We've invited several panelists who will form part of the discussion this evening. But before we do that, we'll be giving you what lies ahead tomorrow in the final round of preliminary matches in the National County Sports Meet. We'll give you the roundup, and of course, we'll bring you the table and do a little bit of permutation to see who qualifies or who needs to do what, who has already qualified or who needs to do what to qualify on tomorrow. Once again, welcome. This program is live on Facebook, Intel Sports. Is also live on SATCON Channel 8. This program is live on SATCON Channel 8, and it is also on YouTube. My name is Trojan once more. So let's take this break. We come back. Of course, we bring in our guest and we get the show on the road. Stay with us. Welcome to it right here. This is Sports Talk on Intel Sports. Tonight we're going to be having three football gurus, meaning they are into football, mind, body, and soul. In fact, four football gurus we'll be introducing tonight. One is already on, of course, a strong critic of the current Football Association administration in person of Yudu Miller. He's one of our panelists tonight. And of course, we also have Milton Yoko. Milton is a football administrator. He's going to be one of the panelists tonight. And then we'll have the president of the Liberia National Fan Base Association in person of Hilary Johnson. He's going to be one of the panelists. And then we have the former president of the Liberia Football Association. Liberia, that's the Sports Writers Association of Liberia, I beg your pardon. The former president of the Sports Writers Association of Liberia in Roland Mulba. He's also going to be one of our panelists tonight on the show. All right, before we bring them in, I understand that my producers that one of our panelists is already set and ready to go. But before we bring them on, let's give you what is to come tomorrow. The National County Sports Meet started already, and there have been 2 rounds of matches in the preliminary rounds of the competition. So tomorrow will be the final round of matches in the competition to determine who qualifies to the quarterfinals. So there are 16 counties, and of course, 8 will qualify. Of course, it will qualify tomorrow, and the rest will be eliminated. So who goes through tomorrow? Let's give you first the fixture so you will know who beats who on tomorrow. The games have been arranged in a form and manner that all of the games will be played at different venues at the same time. All of the games will be played at different venues at the same time to avoid any sort of match fixing or cheating or anything like that. So nobody will know because there are some groups where, of course, the final round of matches will determine qualification. So it is only fair enough that all of the games start together so that nobody gets to do something ugly in a way. So, of course, in Group A is going to be River G taking on Sino, and then Maryland taking on Grand Jide. It is worth noting here that Maryland is already eliminated, but of course, River G, Sino, and Grand Jide. Yes, they still have a chance of going through. So on the only county here in this group that is already eliminated is Maryland County. And then there is River G in Group B. River G takes on Sino, and then that's both football and kickball, all right? So in Group B is Monserrato against Cape Mount, and of course, Bumi against Bapulu. I have so much interest in this group. My Maryland County is already out on that side, so I've got no interest on that side, especially for football. But in Group B, my interest is still here because Monserrato, Cape Mount, and Bumi could still qualify. Bapulu is out of football. They were beaten 2 goals. For me, 2 games they lost. They lost against Monserrato and they lost against Cape Mount. So they are out. So, but this group, of course, River G, that's Monserrato and Bumi are tapping. Of course, Bumi is on top by superior goal difference. And so with 4 points, followed by Monserrato with 4 points. And then Cape Mount has 3 points. And like I said, Bapulu is out. So it's an important fixture for tomorrow, and I understand that the 2 games will be played at the same time to avoid the Bumi Bapulu game will be played at the ATS, and of course the Monserrato and Cape Mount game will be played at the SKD Sports Stadium. All right, so that's in Monserrato County for those fixtures, and then in Group C you will have Nimba against River Cess and Bonk against Grand Cru. Grand Cru is already eliminated, but the other 3 counties still have a chance of coming to town. Bonk has drawn 2 of her games. Nimba has won 1, and I think drew 1. River Cess won 1 and drew 1. So Bonk has 2 points. River Cess 4 points, and Nimba, of course, also has 4 points. So the 3 teams might qualify depending on the results. So Nimba takes on River Cess in both football and kickball, and then Bonk takes on Grand Cru also in football and kickball. We're looking forward to that match. The matches will be played simultaneously, like I said. The game Nimba and River Cess will be played in Ganta at 4 p.m., both 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. respectively in both football and kickball. And then the game in football will be played at 4 p.m. As well in Ganta. And then the Bong County and Grand Crew game, of course, will be played. Okay, let me get this right. The game between Nimba and River Cess will be played in Sanikole. And then the game between Bong and Grand Crew will be played in Ganta. And then in Group D, it's going to be Grand Bassa and Lofa. So there's just one fixture here because there are 3 teams in this group. Margibi will not be playing. They've already played their 2 matches. And so Grand Bassa and Lofa County will now have a chance. Margibi, of course, drew her first match against Grand Bassa. Lofa County, meanwhile, defeated Margibi 2-0. So what this means is that Lofa has 3 points already. Grand Bassa has, Lofa is already guaranteed of a place. So maybe it's just a matter of whether they want to tap the group. But Grand Bassa has 1 point, and so does Margibi County. So a draw in this game will see Bassa and Lofa going through. A win will see Bassa topping the group. A win for Lofa will see Lofa topping the group. So we're going to watch that match and see what tomorrow. So those are the matches that are to come up tomorrow in the final. And let me just tell you where they will be playing so that you will be aware as well. So there's just one game, so it's going to be at the Nesse Do Sports Stadium there in Margibi County. So as it stands right now, quickly, as it stands, River Cess taps Group 8. They played 2 games, and of course, they have 4 points, followed by Sino. Sino also have 4 points. Of course, Grand Jide has 2 points. Like I said, Maryland is out. And then in Group B, you have Montserrado, like I said, with 4 points. Bommy with 4 points. And of course, Montserrado has a superior goal difference. That's what I'm seeing here. And of course, Cape Mount has 3 points. Bapolu is eliminated. And then in Group C, you have Nimba points, followed by River Cess with 4 points. Of course, Bong has 2 points. Like I said, Grand Crew is eliminated from this group. And then Lofa County, of course, tapped this group with 3 points. Bassa has 1. And of course, Margibi has 1 point. So we are following to see who goes through tomorrow and the international county sports meet at various venues across the country. This is Sports Talk right here on Intel Sports with me, Trojan, this evening. Of course, my man who should have been here with me, Ben Gagba, celebrates his birthday. But we're taking this very, very short break, to be right back, at which time we shall be introducing our guests on, that's our panelists, in fact, on the program. Stay with us. So welcome back right here. So let's introduce our first panelist tonight. And of course, he's none other but Yudu Miller. He is a very staunch critic of the current FA administration. And of course, yes, we want to have a very balanced discussion. And that's why Yudu is on tonight So concerning football development in Liberia, we also should be having Roland Molba. Roland Molba is the President Emeritus of the Sports Writers Association of Liberia. In fact, he's currently Secretary General of a second division team called Gardens VFC, owned by Senator Sir Joseph. And then we be having the president of the Fan Base Association, National Football Fan Base Association, Hilary Johnson. Hilary Johnson should be with us as well. We have Milton Yoko, a football administrator, is also a part of our team tonight. Okay, so I think Milton Yoko is on already, and Yudu Miller. So let me go across and say good evening to you guys, Milton, and of course Yudu. Good evening to you, and welcome to Sports Talk right here on Intel Sports. Let me start up with you, Yudu. Yudu, good evening.
Hey, Trajan.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, okay. This is a debut for me, and I'm happy to be here.
All right. Milton, good evening.
But man, doing good. As you can see, I'm home. Always home. What nothing doing?
All right. Milton's background is a bit dark, so I hope he can find a lighted area so that we can see him properly. Milton Yoko. Milton, if you're there, good evening. Okay, I'm not getting. That's Hillary. Hillary, good evening. Hillary, are you there? All right, we're still not getting Hillary.
Good evening.
So we go to Yudu. We still okay. Hillary has come on now. Hillary, your background is poor. I wish you were in a very lighted place. Yes. Mila is, so we could have seen you better. But good evening and welcome. Good evening, Hillary. Are you getting us?
Good evening, Shredder. I think I'm back. Yeah, I'm hearing you now. I'm hearing you now. I think the studio was the one who mute my mic, but then I think I'm okay now. Hearing you guys said. Good evening to you, Meta. Also, good evening to our listeners.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Hillary. All right, guys. I'm coming to you in a jiffy so we can start the discussion. But let me just take this necessary break, very, very necessary break. And then I'll be back in less than a minute. Folks, I'm sorry, but we have to take this very, very short break. We'll be back right in a minute. Okay, so welcome back, and thanks for rejoining us. Let's go straight. We are still expecting Milton Yoko and, of course, Roland Molba to join us on the show this evening. All right, Yudu, good evening once more. How are you doing?
And actually, I'm pleased to be here.
All right. So, we're talking about football development in Liberia over the past couple of years, talking about probably, if you want to say 10 years ago till now, 8 years ago till now. How has football evolved in the last couple of years in our country? How has football really evolved relative to its development?
Children, let's take the sentimental part of it. Let's take it out. Let's take the hit. Actually, we are not doing well. Football is going backward instead of going up. And I will borrow the word from the current youth and sport minister. He said football has diminished. And trading on a serious matter, if we really want to be fair to ourselves, our football is not doing well. If you check our ranking, if you check us in the region, if you check female soccer, our national league, the cup competition, I don't want to say the past was so better. No, we had some problem, but now it's worse. And that's why to you, football is not doing well. Not at all. Not at all. The development of football is going backward. Let's forget about the infrastructure part of it. That is something that is forced to happen. But if that because of infrastructure, there will call countries in the world that got more infrastructure, but they're not doing well in football, and they are more the least country. So the infrastructure part, take it. But the football development that you speak about, Trajan, we are backward. We are dumb. And I don't see us going progressing now because we are not identifying the failures in our work. And we start identifying what causing our problem. As you are not going ahead now.
All right.
Now. Yeah.
Okay, you do. According to you, football is backward. Football is not developing. Can we say that, of course, what we have now can be compared in terms of coaches development, in terms of referees development, in terms of administrators development, and all of that? Those are the key factors that lead to the development of football. Can we say they are still the same as it were a couple of years ago? Or in fact, they have not improved at all like before?
Other form and manner, which of course I understand your point, but to be actually fair enough to you, generally, our coaches with the A lesson, they are not even leaving for here to coach abroad. Our referees are not going to major tournaments.
You know, the question is, has there been an improvement in the level of our coaches before?
I'm trying to break it down. I'm telling you, I stand my word. We're not going ahead.
Okay,
we're not doing anything.
So your argument here relative to the coaches succeeding is if they went outside to coach. But once they are not going outside to coach, it means that they're not doing well, despite the fact that though you do not want to accept it, that there are more A licensed coaches, B licensed coaches, C licensed coaches from every denominations in Liberia than it ever were before.
So the FA have to implement it. And now, the question to you, Trajan, all of these licenses that the coaches have been receiving, even during the BDT administration, we were looking at the first A lesson coaches in this country. And up to now, have they made impact? When we bring in well coach and don't even care about them putting in the back, that's part our football is not developing. The coaches, the referee, all aspects down to even you middle are speaking, we're not doing well. Not at all. Now today, most of our generators attend to pray single to the president of the FA or to one's aspirant who can put something in their pocket. So you think we're going ahead? No, we're not doing well. On a serious note, we are doomed. Let me borrow the word from the people sport minister again. He said, football has diminished. I don't think we can be discussing it here. Football has diminished.
Okay, let me hold you there and see if I can bring in Hillary.
Especially the time when Raji is the president and more money coming to football. I don't see us. Not now, man. Let's continue. Maybe we can discuss another thing, but for development.
Discussing football development, you have the time. We give you the time to talk on this program tonight. Let's see Hillary. Hillary, are you there? Well, Milton has now come on. Hillary has now come on. I mean, Hillary is on, but we are not seeing him. We're not seeing Roland Mulba, and we're not seeing Melton, Yoko. So it seems like we will continue with Yudu Miller until we can have them on this evening on the show. You do. You're talking about football not improving, and of course, obviously, your blame is on the FA or Raji. Are you also taking into consideration other factors like in other countries that you want to compare Liberia with, the level of course, level of involvement with the national government into the development of not just football but sports as a whole? Are you also taking that into consideration, looking at the fact that the budget that has been set aside for football in Liberia over the period of time cannot even sponsor the national team on a single trip?
And then they come to the issue where I'll happen with you, Trajan. If we just talk about
Miller, why are you having problem with me? You didn't come on the show to force with me. I asked you a question, you just answer.
But you are paid to inform the public. Why can't you tell the public, besides the money that is in the budget, government can go extra to support the national team? You know that?
Is that how it's supposed to be? Miller, let me ask you this question. Should we put maybe 4 million in a budget where government does not have to go extra and make it appear like it is helping the national team, whereby it is its responsibility? The national team is its responsibility. Or should we put 100,000 in the budget, and then every time the team ready to go for an international match, the government comes in and chips in, and then people say, yes, the government is helping? Is that how it's supposed to be? Right. Are you also, the government comes in and chips in, and then people say, yes, the government is helping? Is that how it's supposed to be?
Yeah, Trajan, that's not my argument. My argument here is that it's just simple.
Miller, I ask you a question. You want to answer and say the government, of course, is doing a lot, despite the fact that they put 100,000, which you want to admit is very little for the upkeep of the national team. But the government is doing extra, which you say I should inform the people that the government is doing extra. Okay, so the people know that the government does come in to chip in whenever the team is going on a foreign travel. So my question to you, should we then take all of the money that the government is chipping in with and just put it in the budget instead of chipping in to make it appear like they are helping when in fact it is their responsibility?
No, I don't call that help. I don't call that help. No, don't misquote me. I don't call it help. I call it responsibility. But now my argument is simple. If the budget that we all know about is small for football, you don't matter when I work with that kind of budget with no country. But if they come in with their responsibility, oh yeah, the money we gave you for your school fees, we know that it's small, but now you have come back again for wise fee. This is what we gave you. Then you, as the 4FA journalists, you make the public. That's the problem I got with Raji. He won't tell the people that government have come in. You say, oh, you see the money small. But when you go beyond the scene to find out ministry that what I did and got document, prove to me that the Georgia government spent more than millions of dollars on the national team. To the extent that the president of the FA keep on the radio and say, when it comes to government support to the national team, we are okay. So I don't know what will be going forward development.
Did he say that? Did he say the government, he admitted government support to the national team, but did say that the government needed to do more? Didn't he also say that the government needed to do more? And you and I know for a fact that the government, of course, chips in whenever the team is traveling. The FA does its budget, sends it to the Ministry of Youth and Sports, who then forwards it to the Ministry of Finance. And there are a whole lot of hulabaloo's. We all know at times the FA has to credit in order to, because the money is not made available on time. So all of that headache. So I'm asking you, should the government put about 2-3 million in the budget for the national team upkeep, for the team's upkeep, rather than putting in 100,000, where for every game the FA will have to go running behind the government or the government for money for the team to travel and end up crediting money in order for the team to travel. And when the government comes in, everybody says the government is doing well.
If I were the Minister of Youth and Sport, if I were the government, that's a good idea. Not to come in again later, put what is necessary in the budget. It's a $4-5 million. You put it there. You sit back and look at the manager of the national team, like the FA as a whole, to run. Yes, I agree with that. They should put better money in the budget for football. Football as a whole, they should put money there. But now they didn't do it. They didn't do it, which of course that is wrong. I want to discourage that. Other countries don't work that way. They put everything in it and they support the team through the FA. That is not happening for us. But on the other way around too, that I expect us to blow as a trumpet too, to make the public to understand that that's part they didn't put the millions of dollars there. But I can remember one time LeBron going to Ghana, who went to the government said, but I don't get money in the budget. He said, oh yeah, but the money in the budget is small. I said, okay, no problem. You're saying your budget for this game. And they took care of it. They took care of that game. They took care of another game. They took care of another game. They took care of another game. Then you're not making the public to understand that this is what they have been doing. Then our president will make it look like there's nothing coming, nothing at all. Besides the money that coming from FIFA, government not doing anything. No, but they're doing something too. They have sponsored almost all your trip. That's part. FIFA is sending $1 million for travel, national team travel.
Now, the $1 million Miller you're talking about, is it for a single trip or is it for a single trip? Do you know how much the national team needs to make a single trip, Miller? Have you jotted that down? Do you know how much the national team needs? And do you know that FIFA money comes with conditions?
It comes with conditions, but why for you use it for it? You can use it for different things. That makes appropriation of funds.
So if the team is supposed to make like 5-6 trips in a year, and the team spends pretty close to $300,000 on a single trip away, not counting what they spend when they play at home, is $1 million in money that FIFA sends. And of course, it is not just for the senior national team football, it is also for the female teams, and it's also for youth football and all of that. Do you think that money is now enough that you're talking about, that FIFA sent money, which is conditional for the people to use on the senior national team?
Don't do that to me, children. That has never been my argument. My argument here is simple. If the government have been coming in to help you with your single trip, without the budget, with leaving on the budget that is small, but they have been coming in. Have you guys been speaking on it? That's my argument. That's part.
It's not a secret.
No,
it's not a secret. Usually we ask as journalists.
I don't hear you talking about it. Government coming up.
Miller, usually we ask, how much is the budget? Miller, do you not hear journalists ask the FA always, how much is the budget for this particular game, for this particular trip? And the FA comes out to say 300,000. Who do you think pays that money if it's not the government? So how has it been a secret?
You are just driving into it now that the money in the budget for football is small. I don't want to remind you that the government have been taking a single trip. You are not even going to mention
Come on, Miller. You admitted that the money is small. All right, yes. You admitted that the government should put about 3, 4, 5 million there so that the team, and the money you're talking about is usually delayed, where the FA will have to go and take loan or credit before they can facilitate the team's travel. Is that not a problem for you? Now, I don't want us to dwell too much on that. We got a lot of grounds to cover. I don't know whether Hillary is still on. Hillary, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, we're not seeing Hillary, but we are hearing him. Okay, Hillary, we are talking about football development. Of course, we want you, the question I started asking Miller is, how has football evolved over the period of time? Maybe the last 10 years, 8 years. Have we done anything relative to improvement of our game, or can we say, like Meda is saying, that football, in fact, is going backward and not developing at all?
Okay, thank you. So, Cheta, you getting me right?
Yeah, I'm getting you. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to say, good evening to my brother Unimera, and good evening to the fan base member listening to me and all other listeners. Uh, we have been in this country for like, and speaking from the fan aspect, because we have been following football. Interestingly, we played the game. I remember 2005 to 2010, we used to play at the two Safi. I once played for Banave FC, and then our dream was to play for Ghana FC and this guy in Abia. So we been in the football business for some time, and because we are into professional and other things doing, we are now trying to give back to the family. So yes, I will not be that much ungrateful to say football is not improving in this country. So my point is, we should be clear when we say football is not developing. Let us be able to list the specific thing that make football is not developing. Yes, football is not 100% the way other countries is benefiting, even around Africa. Those countries are benefiting because I think their countries built that foundation through their government, through the sport administrator to make sure that football is taking the peak in their country, and football bring a lot of revenue to their country. Good example is Africa. So I won't be that much ungrateful to say football is not developing. For my point is that when you look at facilitate the infrastructure, I think those who have been in the administration, let's just say doing from the Mustafa Raji administration, because during the past regime we saw football, but then the facility was bad. Right now, when Interschool is showing our game, many of our players don't need to hire special PRO to get the video, because when Interschool do your game video, when they show your game, you can even use that mean to send your game video to all countries so that Scott can not see you. That is one of the impact and the great improvement that football are made in this country. When you talk about on the level of the coaches side of football, yes, I think football is trying from the coaches standpoint, because one of the example is a new guy from who just qualified a team from first division. Let me say to first division or Bariga. Bariga is one of the example of football that you can know that football is making impact from the coaches standpoint. Look at some of the decisions that coaches are making now in this country. You see people are anxious because LFA make it their duty to make a lesson available. We use our page in national fan-based page every time to share that information, even encouraging our fellow fans that have interest in becoming coaches, that have interest in doing other aspects of football, to also take advantage of some of these education courses that LFA is making available to the public. I think yes, because during those days, people that were coaching our club teams, and even some that were assisting the national team coaches never had any big lesson. But I think as I learned even few days ago, every offer free lesson see coaches for people. So that the football is not 100%.
Okay, Hillary, let's go there. We'll come to specifics. All right. So generally, we wanted to know from you if football is improving or not. And your perspective is football is improving. Miller's perspective is football is not improving. Milton Yoko has joined us as well. We'll come to the specifics. Milton, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Trojan, and good evening to Yudi Miller. Good evening to my friend Johnson. I know I wanted to get on the show because you didn't tell me that we want to have pros and cons. However, to not turn you down as a friend and brother, I just decided to come in. That's why you saw a place on Delay Tactic also in getting this.
Yeah, definitely. We can't have the discussion if it is not balanced. And
people getting on.
We can't have the program of our pros and cons. Then the people will accuse us of not being balanced. And of course, Intel Sports is very balanced. So,
Man, Coach, then you
Milton,
tell me
we are
right now,
this.
I drinking my tea, lying down, and not even worrying to talk about the development of football, how well football has transformed in this country. So I just saying that, my little daughter came to me and said, just wait, let me finish talking to the people because somebody said they don't know what happening in football. So I'm ready. I'm ready for your question.
Okay. So if you're ready, then tell us, how has football evolved over the period of time? Say the last, comparatively from the last 8 years ago, have we made progress, or are we making any progress, or are we still stuck? Or like in the words of Udu Miller, football, according to him, has diminished?
Trojan, thank you very much. I would like for the viewer to know that football had developed in this country today. Highest level since Liberia was founded under the leadership of one of the best presidents ever in the history of Liberia, Mr. Mustafa Raji. Am I coming out clear?
Yeah, go ahead. You're live.
Okay, Mr. Mustafa Raji, I always tell people under the leadership of Mustafa Raji, football had developed to a higher level in this country. Firstly, let me start from the grassroots football. There was no grassroots youth program in this country. Under the leadership of Mustafa Raji, we have been able to establish youth 12, youth 15, and as I speak to you, right after the county meeting, youth 17 will kick off that have been sponsored by Star MTN. So that's progress right there. My own academy that I run in Liberia, or the Nationwide Academy, the Nationwide Academy youth football team was able to travel to Morocco and have the all orange African Cup of Nations. And Nationwide was able to win that tournament with 10 nations. We won it, we came back here. And you say grassroots football is not developing in Liberia. Today, one of Liberia's youthful players has signed for Hummingbird, Devantier. So when you say football is not developing in Liberia, today players are leaving from Liberia, going to Europe. The likes of Emmanuel C. and all the guys are going to Europe. They are youthful players. That no all player now going to Europe. No all player going to Europe. So it's because of the development of youth football in this country that making a lot of young people traveling from this country going abroad. If it comes to how well the football horse has developed football, I will tell you that under the leadership of Mustafa Raji, when Raji took over 2000, when Raji took over 2018, LFA used to owe everybody from steward, they used to owe the match commissioner, they used to owe everybody. So Raji said, let me pay the people. So Raji paid all the match commissioner that the LFA used to owe. Raji paid all the coaches that the LFA used to owe. In fact, Raji was the one that paid Roberto Landi 170,000. So you will say football is not developing when all the clubs that used to win their trophies, they not used to receive their prizes, even though they have orange sponsorship, but they're not receiving their prizes. But under Mustafa Raji was able to pay all of them prices that they used to owe them. And today, there is no way that you go to the bank and a check will bounce that you will not receive your money under Mustafa Raji. Today, the winner of the Orange Cup walk away with $1.5 million in the male category. The winner of the Orange Cup in the female category walk away with $1 million Liberian dollars.
Milton, I want to hold you there.
Yeah.
When we get into specifics, and then we bring out all of those achievements you are outlining. We are generally now talking, asking a question if football.
I want my tea drinking time about me because I got to go to the place that I go drink my tea.
No,
so the thing is, we can't talk about football development.
Milton,
football is clear. Everybody can see that football has developed very, very to the high level in this country. I don't even know how to describe it. Watanga winning championship is not a IE and Barrow team where they used to win the cup. Then nobody know who will win. Today, Watanga is winning championship. Today, Leska is winning championship. So how will you say football has not developed?
Okay. All right. So now, you've heard the points made by Milton, and of course, Hillary. Now, let me come back to you, and we're coming out to specifics. Like I was trying to get you to talk about specifics when I mentioned the coaches. Let's look specifically at youth development. Football develops from the grassroots, and that has been one of our problems in Liberia. A lot of time you hear people say the reason why the George Weah 11 faded away and we didn't have a team to replace them is because we never had a structure, maybe a youth system coming from the under 12, the under 15, under 17, under 20 to graduate up to the senior team level. Can you see such structures in place now in Liberian football that wasn't there before? Talking about youth football development, Miller Yudu.
Yeah, before I go to that question, you see, my brother Milton Yogo, you have to take away the sentiment. You listen to him, everything he said. Raji pay Roberto Lanley. That Raji money, you left follow. Raji didn't pay anybody.
Okay,
FIFA,
we understand. We understand, Miller.
we
understand. But you know, President Joseph Boakai is the president of Liberia, and he is paving roads. All right. So Joseph Boakai said he's paving roads. So it's not that he's doing it personally, physically, but because he's the president, so everything is attributed to him.
Don't cut me off.
No, I'm not. I'm just trying to put you on point. That's all. Go ahead.
To do that for them. I said it when I came on the show. I said I will take on the sentimental part of it. You
no,
see, later you come,
that also should go to you. Don't be sentimental. Let's leave the sentiment.
But you allow Milton to say Raji, he didn't say the FA. He kept saying Raji. You didn't stop him. So we started doing Raji. And you know Miller around there how to do it because I done a discussion here. The discussion is forward developing. The message who the one person developing forward in abroad. You didn't stop him. You didn't stop. But when I come to address the issue, because you want to bring right.
All right, go ahead, Miller. Miller, if I didn't want you to express yourself, I wouldn't have granted you the invitation. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I keep on the show. I don't mean sentimental, and then you brought one middle. You go with a press to Raji to come be.
Now you are being personal. He is expressing. Miller, just express your opinion. Forget about him.
Raji. And you didn't stop him. Seriously. So would you
Miller,
continue?
Miller, just go ahead now. Let's talk about youth development. Is it present or not in Liberian football nowadays?
We are lacking. We far EPP money free under the Raji administration. There's nothing here that youth development. The under 17 team is a youth team. That team is banned. Up to now, we don't know why. We are not taking part in the tournament.
The team is. Do you know that the team is about to travel?
It will do the show that they will continue. When the guys
I'm asking you. Okay, go ahead. No, I just want to put you back on point. If you think there's no, go ahead.
You don't say a whole lot of things. You didn't correct me, but you won't correct me. That's the problem I got. Correct me. I know what I say. I'll come to it. Since that thing was banned, there was no report. Nobody took responsibility. Why that thing was banned? Up to now, that team had not been in real togetherness. That team had been divided. We only play Sierra Leone now. You're telling me they come in trouble. That is laughable. You know what they call grassroots football? Go Google, check on grassroots football. You see the grassroots football. They play games upon games to get the children ready for the international stage. But when the team banned for more than 2 years, not playing any game, like the Honor 20, we only a year after 7 months was the only point traveling. Somebody corner and go play in the corner. You call that forward development? That is shameful. When we are not, we're getting millions of dollars in championship according to Milton Yogo. But we'll go to CAF competition. One team won from Malaysia. It can't be all. Our league is not doing well. But yesterday, you say forward is developing. When we go to FIFA, who can grade all of us? The teacher that can grade all of us, they grade us 0. But Milton Yogo, because Raji gave his job, he doesn't care. He said,
No, that's personal. No, that's very personal, Miller. We won't take that on the show. Let's discuss the issue. Leave personality out. Milton Yogo spoke. He didn't mention you. Yeah, please. Let's leave the personal. You said we shouldn't be sentimental.
Yeah,
please.
But he started pressing a so I won't discourage you.
No, he talked about Raji and not Yudu Miller.
Yeah. They forgot about the Jordan chaos. So let's look at it. Let's look at the issue. The teams, our under 17 teams, under 20 team, they're not doing anything. The National League that they met talking about today, talking about player leaving and go young player. Ellis Nimble left from here and went to Man City. Ellis Nimble, you know about it? Oscar Dolet. Where do you think he came from? Our new player, Savannah Nimle. As you call players, in the past, LeBron went to AFCON on Snow. LeBron went to AFCON on Russia Willie. On Raji and Berete. We have not gone to no major tournament. But you say Raji is the best FA president ever that been sick of
Okay. All right. All right, you let's hold you there and go to the other panelists. I think you've expressed yourself.
Football, we're not in anything. And I can
Okay.
table down. Our ranking is
All right.
full.
All right, you do. Let's hold you there because I want us to talk specifics and you're jumping from just anywhere. We're talking about youth development. You're going elsewhere.
Will leave the show. Meta was jumping. He didn't say anything. You don't
no, I stopped him and I said we're going to specifics, Miller. And I'm asking you, you don't do that, Miller.
No, don't do that, Trojan.
No, the show is guided, Miller. We have specifics to talk about. You're just talking about everything at once.
Yeah, because
so we're going to the specifics. We're talking about youth development. We go to we go to.
You didn't advance.
No, but Miller, if he says Raji is doing well, should he not mention Raji? Is Raji not the head of the Football Association?
And now I mentioned Raji, then you say I do all at once.
No, you are saying you are mentioning Milton Yoko and not Raji.
Why you brought Milton to press Raji?
Okay, so all right. I gotta control the show. Miller, we'll hold you there. Miller, please, we'll hold you there. Let's go to Hillary. Hillary, we're talking about youth development, football development from the youth sector. Have you seen any improvement? Is there any semblance of football development youth-wise?
So, thank you again, Trajan. I also want to appeal to my fellow colleagues on the air. We have a lot of people
listening that. You are sideways.
Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, go ahead. Not you, but go ahead.
Yeah, that you were the topic so that the audience can enjoy the show. So for the issue of the youth development, doing before the Honor 17 could travel for that tournament, they had that issue. I was one person who used to doubt the ability of the Honor 17 until when I saw that group play against Morocco. I felt very impressed. And then after the left on here, they went Europe, they did extremely well. And when they went for the tournament, I had an issue. I felt very bad because I knew that the group that I saw, it was going to be a very, very brilliant tournament for Liberia. But howbeit, we felt disappointed about what went on. Sometimes the blame will always go on the leader because those who the leader gave to manage the team didn't do well for the country, and then we cannot blame them, we blame the leader. So we hope that we cannot make that mistake. But on the issue about grassroots football, yes, we have a lot of youth teams in the country. Talking about some individuals are now putting in time to open their own academy, and then some like the league Tiba Academy is in. You see the youth team, they are playing. They are waiting to play, but then the government need to buttress the LFA effort to make sure that these things work. You can see the atmosphere. Sometimes when you look at what is happening currently in the football sector, you know that Liberia problem is because we don't have good foundation. So if only we want to be serious in winning a lot of good things in the future, we need to look to grassroots football. Grassroots football is trying. I traveled the last time with the Honor 17 to I traveled with my favorite delegation to go and support the women football in Sierra Leone. I saw those girls playing. Imagine the honor 20 girls were going against Sierra Leone national team and they defeated Sierra Leone national team. So I saw that they are waiting to play. But then we need to have a stable program. Like what we are saying here, government cannot come in 2 days to gain. Laboratory has always been preparation. The government has always been the problem because LFA will not do everything. LFA will not take.
Okay, we will get to that. Okay, Hillary, let's hold you there. We'll get to that. That's why we're talking about just sticking to one thing. I was telling Miller, we don't want to jump into this other discussion, then we sway and go to the other place. Milton Yoko has left us. We hope he can rejoin us. So let me start this time with you, Hillary.
I'm back.
We've talked about, okay, Milton, I think Milton has rejoined us. Milton? Milton, are you there?
Yeah, Trojan, how you doing? You mute my mouth. That's
okay. So let's hear your thoughts on the issue of grassroots football development in Liberia. It's a semblance of grassroots football development in our country.
As it's staying right now, I can tell anybody the grassroots program in this country can never be compared to any grassroots program in the history of Liberia. Like I told you from the initial stage, this is the only regime. And my friend would not want me to call the president's name, but if it comes to failure, they will want to call the president's name. But I will keep calling the president's name because he's the head of the football administration in Liberia. Today we got an organized national league. I challenge my brother. The time my friend was not the president of the FA, they tell me whether they have any official league in Liberia that they used to call U15 National League, where people are playing in all counties. It was never in the history of Liberia. Today we have National Youth 12 League in the history of Liberia. It was never here. So, and we got something called TDS, Talent Development. The Talent Development Program is going on very well. Nathaniel Stelman and the other guys are taking care of that. The new technical director of the Liberia Football Association has been able to organize a lot of activities for youth program. Today we are playing youth 10. There are a lot of football, small youth programs around the country organized. We are training coaches who are coaching the high schools, who are coaching the youth 12, who are coaching the youth 15, who are coaching the youth, all the national youth teams around here. We never have that. Today, as I speak to you, yesterday I was at the LFA. There have been salary structure for all those who are coaching the youth national team. It was never like that. We are working on it, and football is developing at the youth level. Nobody can challenge it. Nobody can challenge it. Grassroots football is growing faster in Liberia under the leadership of Mustafa Raji.
All right, Milton, let's hold you there. Now, I was starting with Hillary, and then I'll come to Miller, and then close with you. Hillary, can you tell us on the aspect of the national team? I know Miller jumped into it when we started talking about whether or not football has improved. The national team's performance in our country has been dismal. Of course, we all know we've played a couple of matches, no wins. Recently, we played against Djibouti, we won away, and we came home, we still did not win. And there is a record that says since 2019, I stand to be corrected thereabout, we've not won at home. You care to tell us, even though we say we are improving, but why is that not resonating with the senior national team? What do you think is a factor?
Okay, thank you very much. So we are giving, sometimes we give the team to people who they also have the selection process, the preparation, and then sometimes because finance also we have to do a preparation. Liberia problem, as I said, is always been a whole preparation. You see in recent time, let's just look at the recent coach. The coach, you see, he always at every venue trying to recruit those players who are trying to put in their time because they read down in Liberia. Players are getting injured. Many that constructive jealousy is coming in Liberian players. They are saying other people are leaving from here, traveling ready to go and sign international or European contract. Like the little divine are signed today. So that envious spirit is coming in there. We call it constructive jealousy. That's something to envy your friends. So those local players, they are also waiting to put in their time to make the effort for the country. Other coaches will come. How will you do on local league? You say this person is the MVP, this person is the best defender, and when our coach comes, he don't even select anybody from among that group. He took he go and take people from foreign country who sometimes are there just doing different things, but because they take football players, they don't have a team that they don't have play time. In on a third division team, there is no imagine one time. I saw a guy coming from America and the wanted division attacker, he came, Molly. You cannot treat a national team like that. You cannot go to that kind of aspect to below our our national team like that. Sometimes if those foreign players are not putting in time, to have them putting in more time so that they can benefit from their contract in Euro and also to benefit the national team. You try to look for the best local players who are trying to put in their time, and then those players when they see that kind of effort and the local player putting in more time, giving more good result, like what happened against the Gucci. Those foreign players those professional will get serious, but we cannot go to game the government, the LFA will carry the team to camp 2 days to camp. They work for the players to make matches. It's very sad. On a no condition, I was very sure Labrador qualifying against South Africa. It was one of the reasons we started the national football days because we saw football the team play outside the country. When they come in Labrador, we saw in my presence it happened serious time. The last time was to ATS against Togo at the left on number 9, keep in the center and qualify if left Labrador in this country. You saw South Africa team and do the city. We cannot keep making the same mistake. It's our time. What have they going in the budget? Look at our lawmakers. Look at what they are doing in this country. Look at what the politicians are doing in this country. They are not benefiting from. But all the blame will go to every. As I speak to you, just a few days ago, I went to ATS.
Your thoughts are well said. Yeah, let's hold you there, Hillary. Because of time, we have to move. Let's go to Yudu and hear your thoughts on this very question. Although you started off and I told you we're going to go down to specifics, but you listened to me. So here we are now, Miller. Let's talk about the national team performance. I know where you stand on this, but let's just hear your thoughts briefly, and then we'll go to Milton briefly because of time. We got one more topic to cover before we close. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, Miller, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't get you. Can you come again?
I'm asking about the national team's performance. Why do you think football, like others have said, on various aspects, is improving, but it is not resonating with the senior national team? What is the problem?
That's being very unfair to our country for not speaking the truth. When you don't have a better national league, you will not have a better national team. Do you know days when we have Father Johnson, Bamako, the George Chibo on the national team playing regularly? It was because we had a better national league. And we had our teams in competition with those teams from out. But for today, we don't have a better youth program. I don't see the blueprint. All I see is to justify FIFA money. I don't see the blueprint. Why? Don't you know that they have in the Under 17 tournament, World Cup qualifier? When the last time we took part in it? When we have a better youth program, when we have a better grassroots program. Don't you know that?
There you go again, Miller. You're going now back to youth, and we've talked about youth.
Better national team. Trajan, I'm discussing why we don't have a better national team. And these are
we don't have the luxury of time, so just go. Maybe I will reschedule this.
Team. The whole world knows that Labrador is one of the least in the world. We just play better Djibouti. It's because we are not doing well in football. Now we have a place and more the better Zoom. Then why can you come to the public and say the truth that yes, we are not doing well? And the reason why we're not doing well, because the head of the FA, the mechanism, the idea lost. The Minister of Youth and Sports said it for diminished. You want to be able to say, I don't want to say
Miller, I'm sorry, because of time, we're going through a lot. Let me hold you there and go to Milton. Your thoughts on this? We have a lot to discuss. I want to bring this particular team back. I want to bring you guys back here probably next week to have more time to discuss these issues because it's very, very interesting. I'm following some of our comments and it's very, very interesting. So let's hear you, Milton, quickly.
When people are not informed, they come to the table with disinformation and misinformation. I always tell people the Liberian national team will not perform unless it is put in place. Former President Doe invested into the national team of Liberia. The generation that Doe invested in did not succeed doing Doe administration. That generation succeeded doing Charles Taylor administration. That was the reason the highest ranking Liberia ever had was in 2001 which was 66. Can you imagine? 2001 Liberia ranking was 66, and that was the highest ranking Liberia ever had. It was because of the people that Doe prepared doing a regime, and they did not win competition for Doe. But that group of people, when they came to Chancellor Town, they were able to succeed. They were able to contribute to those sources, and to football sources. And there is no way that you can say football is developing in Liberia and the national team is not developing, and you want to make progress with that. You know, and you want to make morale with that. You know why? Most of the coaches that have come to Liberia have not been able to select our local players, have always selected professional players. You can compare that. You saw Keita when he was playing against South Africa. He brought 18 professionals, and the 18 professionals he brought in here, they could not qualify over South Africa. You understand? When this new coach came in, he said, let me start introducing new players, and the new coach had introduced, let's say 70 to 80% of local players. And our 70 to 80% of local players.
Sorry, Milton, let me hold you there. We're going through a lot. We have to close the program due to some technical glitch we're facing. So I will just go around 1 minute each to start off with Miller. I'm serious about 1 minute, and I'm checking the time. So I'm going to reschedule you guys. This very team will come back on this program sometime next week. We're going to have this same discussion here. We have ample time. I hope the atmosphere will be better than this. But let me go to Miller quickly. Miller, just 1 minute. Your closing comments because of time.
Yeah, but Trajan, this is not fair to us. So we can't leave our activity. We come here and your last Saturday.
I understand, and I sincerely apologize. You know, it's a matter of force majeure. Man proposes, God disposes. That's how it is.
Okay, anyway, I understand. But Trajan, that to be fair enough, let's take the sentimental part of it. The hate football is not doing well. FIFA has helped my argument always. FIFA will grade us the least. Now we are the least in the region. We need to be fair to ourselves and stop the empire new clothes. The minister of youth and sports said it during a confirmation football has diminished. No argument again.
Okay.
I don't.
Hillary, quickly. Hillary, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, just close up quickly.
Yeah, so again, I want to apologize because I'm traveling to Ganta for one country game tomorrow. So,
I understand.
Go ahead. Again, I want to say, in my own view, Liberia football is not 100% to where it's supposed to be, but I think it is making some progress because when some of the things that were lacking from the previous administration in football and the players that is making. Okay, so some of those things that were lacking, I think the LFA are working on the infrastructure and we are hoping for more. But then also, a lot of things that is killing the football in the country is not only lack with LFA, sometimes even the fans. The fans are people who also helping the league, but then government too got to help with what it's supposed to do to make sure that football is better in this country. You cannot depend on FIFA money. FIFA money is like UN money. When it comes in this country, it comes with setting the demand to LFA. LFA is not a government, let's just 100% government institution. I think when I can be said correctly. So they have to
because of time. Producers are signaling to me that I gotta close. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. We'll bring you back. Okay. Milton, quickly. No time.
I can tell anybody football is developing in Liberia gradually, but you cannot say because we're not winning, the national team is not winning, football is not developing. The reason our national team is not winning because there have not been much fund invested into the national team. That's the reason our national team is not winning. If we want our national team to win, the government should be able to invest more money into the national team. That will make the national team to win more games. And towards the end, if you want to invite us here to discuss this issue, we would like to come to your studio live instead of doing a call because the internet system in this country has some issue. We prefer coming directly.
All right. Okay, Milton, we'll take that on our advisement. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot to Milton Yoko, of course, a football administrator. Thanks a lot to Yudu Miller, a staunch football critic. Thanks a lot to Hillary Johnson. He's president of the Liberia National Base Association. SWA former president Roland Moba could not join us. But of course, folks, we're sorry we have to end on this due to some technical glitch. But we promise to bring them back and even more of them from both sides to come and critique Liberian football development here on this particular show. So once again, thanks a lot for viewing. We've been on Channel 8, SATCON, of course, online, Intel Sports, and on our YouTube page. This program takes a weekend break to be back on Monday, fresh and ready. My name is Trojan. Thanks to all of our producers, and I'm bidding you a pleasant good night.